Hi everyone, this time we're gonna try to make our own 3D design Christmas card in under 20 minutes. I hope that this is not too long of a tutorial because it covers everything from modeling, lighting, coloring, compositing and everything, just the basic ways. So bear with me because you're gonna learn a lot from this tutorial, hopefully. Alright, let's go. First up, we're gonna make our Christmas tree. Now we have our default cube here. We're gonna add a subdivision surface modifier, increase the levels, and then we're gonna go to edit mode, press the loop cut button, add a loop cut down here. Now we're gonna select the top side of our cube and scale it down a little bit. Push it down, press tab, right click and shade smooth. Now we're gonna duplicate this one, move it up, scale it down a little, repeat the same process, scale it down even more, push it downwards, and there we go. Now we have something that looks like this. Now we're gonna add a cylinder, we're gonna increase the numbers here, right click shade smooth, and go to object data menu here, and under the normals menu make sure to turn on auto smooth. Then we're gonna scale it down and push it downwards. Perfect. Now we have something that looks like a Christmas tree. So now I'm just gonna add a bunch of balls here and also a star at the top. To make the star, we're gonna add another cylinder here, but now we create 10 vertices for this cylinder. And we're gonna go to edit mode, select this face and push it down, and now make sure that you're in edge selection mode and press Ctrl Alt and select all these vertical edges. And now go to select, checker deselect, and then press S and then Shift Z so that it will only scale on X and Y axis. Scale it down, we will move it here so that we can see it better. But great, now we have something that looks like a star. Now we're gonna go to modifier tab and we're gonna add a bevel modifier. Increase the segments, and let's go back to edit mode, and now we're gonna select all these edges and press Ctrl B to add even more bevel. I'm just gonna flatten it a little bit more. Right click and shade smooth. Perfect. Now we have a star to go at the top of our Christmas tree. Perfect. Now I'm gonna add a bunch of little balls all over this tree. We're gonna add a UV sphere, right click, shade smooth, scale it down, and just scatter it throughout our little tree. Perfect. Now I think they'll better, and there we go. Now we have our Christmas tree. Next up, we're gonna make our snowman and our present. And let's put this tree aside, and now I'm gonna add another default cube, and I'm just gonna add a bevel modifier, increase the amount and also the segments. For the lid of the box, I'm just gonna duplicate this one and then scale it up, and I'm gonna go to edit mode and push it down a little. Also for this side, I'm gonna push it up. Perfect. I think I'm just gonna delete this face, and then I'm gonna apply the modifier for the lid. Go back to edit mode, make sure you're in edge selection mode, select all these edges and press F to fill the gap. Perfect. And for this one, I'm just gonna apply it also. Right click shade smooth, and for the lid, right click and shade smooth. Make sure that you turn on the auto smooth here. Maybe this is too big. I'm just gonna scale it a little bit. Great. Now I'm just gonna go to edit mode, turn on the X-ray view, and make sure you're still in a selection mode. And then I'm just gonna press Shift Alt and select this edge. And now we're gonna duplicate these edges. Shift D to duplicate, right click, press P to separate by selection. Right, now we have a separate edges from our cube. I'm just gonna drag it here, and this is gonna be like the base for our ribbon. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a curve, circle. Let's move it here. Go press 7 on your numpad to switch to top view. Go to edit mode, and then select both of these vertices, and select median point and scale it down like so. And also for this and this vertices, I'm just gonna change it to median point and scale it. Sorry, I'm just gonna switch it to individual origins and scale them both down. And then we're gonna go back to these two vertices and scale them up. Perfect. Now we have something that looks like a little long rectangle here. We're just gonna leave it like that. And let's go back to our edge here. And we're gonna right click and convert this to curve. And now you're supposed to see this little menu here. And under the geometry menu, you're gonna go down to bevel, select object, and create the rectangle that we made earlier as the object. Okay, it looks a little bit weird, so I'm just gonna rotate this one by 90 degrees on Z-axis, Control A, and apply all transforms. Obviously, this looks way too big for our little box here, so I'm just gonna still select this rectangle here, Objects, Origin to Geometry. Now this looks a little bit better, but still, obviously this is too big for a ribbon, so I'm just gonna scale it down. Perfect. Now we can slide our ribbon into the box. But now it won't fit the lid, so I'm just gonna select the ribbon, go to edit mode, select all these vertices, and then I'm gonna scale it up and scale it so that it will be wider. Don't forget to change this to median point and scale it. Right click and shade smooth. Perfect. Now maybe I'm just gonna scale it down a little. Maybe I'm just gonna duplicate this, rotate it. Sorry. Make sure that you have set the origin to geometry, and then we're gonna shift it to duplicate and then rotate it by 90 degrees. Yeah, that looks better. And now I'm just gonna add a little at the top of our present. I'm just gonna add a curve bezier, move it here, go to top view, and then under the geometry again we're gonna select object and select our little rectangle here. Now I'm just gonna adjust the shape of this little ribbon here so that it will look like a perfect. Now we have something that looks like this, and then under these options we're gonna check this box that says origin, and we're gonna move the origin of our little ball here and under here so that it will be around here. Right, and now we're gonna uncheck this box and select this and press Shift D to duplicate, press R and then Z and then type 90. We're gonna repeat the same step again. Perfect. Now we have something that looks like this. It's overlapping in the middle, so I'm just gonna move it outwards a little bit. Now I'm just gonna position this little bow on the top of our blocks. And now we have the perfect present box here. Alright, let's move all of this aside. Make sure to select the little rectangle as well. And then we're gonna move on to create our little snowman. I'm just gonna add a UV sphere here. Right click shade smooth and scale it down to make it a little bit more flat, but not too much. Then we're gonna duplicate this, push it up and scale it down. This is gonna be the head. Alright, this is gonna be easy. Now we're gonna add a bunch of little objects on its head so that we will have a little face here. First, we're gonna add the eyes. We're gonna add another UV sphere here, right click shade smooth and press S Shift Z so that it will be more of an ellipse like this. I'm gonna scale it down and we're gonna place it on the face. And I'm just gonna add a mirror modifier. Select the head as the object. And there we go. Now we have little eyes. And next step, we're gonna add the nose. We're gonna add another object, sorry, maybe not the code. We're gonna add a cube here. Select the subdivision modifier. This is basically like the same step that we did to make our Christmas tree. Go to edit mode, add a loop cut, and select this face here. And it's gonna scale it down. Press A, S, and Shift C. Right click shade smooth. Rotate it by -90 degrees and scale it down. And let's position it in the middle of the face. Scale it down. Perfect. Now we have little nose, and now we're just gonna add a bunch of balls, little balls, to make the shape of a smile here. So another UV sphere here. Right click shade smooth. Scale it down and place it here. And I'm just gonna use another mirror modifier to make it faster. I'm just gonna adjust the position of these little balls. Shift D to duplicate. Perfect. And now we're gonna add some twigs for the arms and also a hat and also a scarf here. Now we're gonna go here and add a cylinder, but this time increase the vertices to 32. Scale it down. Scale it down even more. And let's go to edit mode, add a loop cut, and just adjust it a little bit to add more dynamics to our little shape here. Now we're gonna select all these faces and also this one. Press Shift D to duplicate and rotate it and add a little branch here. I know this might not look perfect, but for a Christmas card, I don't think that it matters a lot. Don't forget to right click shade smooth and turn on the auto smooth as well. And now we're gonna add a hat here. We're gonna select mesh, the cylinder here, scale it down, right click shade smooth, turn on auto smooth, move it down a little bit, duplicate this one, scale it down on z-axis, make it really flat. This is going to be the base of our hat, and scale it up, push it down. Perfect. Now we have something that looks like a hat. Duplicate this once more, scale it up just a little, and scale it down on z-axis. This is going to be like the little ribbon on the hat, like so. And I think it will look good if we make this side a little bit big, like so. And also this one. I'm just gonna select this side and scale it up. Perfect. Now we have our hat. And last but not least, we're gonna add a scarf for our snowman. So select the ribbon that we have made earlier for our present, duplicate it, and we're gonna adjust the position so that it will be all around this snowman's neck. And now I'm just gonna add another little part down here. Nice! I think I'm pretty satisfied with the results, but you can always make little changes here and there. Oh, and don't forget to check the fill button here. And there we go! Now we have our base shapes for our card. Alright, now that we have finished model everything, we're gonna create every single curve to mesh and apply all of the modifiers. And now we're gonna parent all these little pieces to our base here. Press select all, press the bottom here last, Control P, and set parent to object, keep transform. And we're gonna do the same for our present. Select all the elements, select our box last, press Control P, and set parent to object, keep transform. I'm just gonna select all, select the bottom here, Control P, and parent to our bottom. And now that we have parented everything, we should be able to move all these items all at once. And now here comes the fun part. We're gonna add some colors here. Let's go to material preview, press Z to our material preview. We're gonna go down here and select shader editor, and we're gonna select our Christmas tree first, add a new color, maybe some kind of green, like dark green. I'm just gonna reduce the roughness like so. Select this button here and drag it to the top parts. And now we're gonna rename this to green and select here and drag it down here once more. And now we're gonna select this bottom part here, duplicate the material, and change the color to brown. And then we're gonna change the name to brown. Again, we're gonna repeat the same steps and just gonna color all of this. To create a composition, I'm just gonna add a really huge cube here for our background. Go to edit mode and delete all these faces except these two, okay? Then we're gonna delete it, and now we're left with this. Make sure you're in edge selection mode. Select this edge, Control B, and make it a little less sharp. Go back to object mode, right click and shade smooth. I'm gonna scale it on the y-axis and move it like so. And now we're just gonna adjust the position of each object here. I'm just gonna speed up the process. But this is not our final look. We're just gonna switch to rendered view, and as you can see, this looks quite bad. So now we're gonna change it to shader editor here and change it to world. Now I'm just gonna press Shift A and add an environment texture. Plug it in and select the ambience background that you want. And under this, go to film, transparent. And now for better quality, we can change to cycles and then change it to GPU if you have it. Maybe reduce the samples because we do not actually need too many samples. And then we're gonna position the lighting here. If you're satisfied with your positioning right now, you can press Ctrl-Alt-0 on your numpad so that it will automatically set the camera to the position of your view. Now I'm gonna change this to 1080 by 1920. I'm gonna move it further a little and expand this side a little more. You can always go and mess around with the composition. This is what I'm gonna go with, just to show you guys. Maybe increase the radius of the lamp to make the shadow less sharp. And you can also change the color of the background, or make it gradient, or make it a pattern, whatever you want. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you a really simple one. Now it looks cool, but I want to change something here. Go to this menu, scroll down to color management, scroll down. Now we have this menu here, and we're going to change it to standard. If you want a more vibrant look, or you can stick to filmic, but we're gonna change this to high contrast or medium high contrast or very high contrast if you like it. And now we can press render here and render image. And now we wait and see our final card look. And here's the final look. You can always change and switch up the positions, the composition, and change the lighting, ambience, and everything in between. But this is just what I'm gonna go with. Here are some other samples that I've done. You can always create your own and change things up as you like, but this is my final look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you find it useful. Make sure to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and share it to your friends. Also, have a blessed and joyful Christmas with your family and loved ones, and see you guys on the next video. Bye!